I only get 100 views. Only one of those 100 people are actually going to act on what I have to say.
What is up, guys? It's Alexander Bunkley here, again with another video on a Thursday. So here we go. This video is going to cover house hacking, guys. So I want to go over a few ways how to do this. Say you're not a home buyer yet, but you have an extra room or you have extra space in your house. You could actually start an Airbnb account. You could start renting it out per room. Or let's just say you already have a rental property. You already started buying homes and you're on your second rental property already. You're having trouble finding renters, or you're just tired of dealing with the low rates that you get of return. You can actually Airbnb it. And this is a way to make a much higher return on your investment if you're already a homeowner. And you're also house hacking if you have extra rooms in your house. You go on Airbnb and you list your room. You can list it for $30 a night. Some places you could probably even list it for $100. The math here, if there's 30 days in a month, that's $900 or $3,000. Pretty crazy to think about it, just from $30 a night or $100 a night. There's multiple ways you can do this, but if I were to talk about you being in the military, the best route to probably take, and I wish I would have done this when I bought my first property, is buying a duplex. That's probably the best bet here. So you'll have one mortgage, and I'll break this down on the whiteboard. You'll have one mortgage, essentially, but you'll have two places. So you can live in one and you can rent out the other one. And typically the other one will pay for the whole mortgage.
So for a duplex, I realized that $220,000 was a pretty acceptable price to go with a duplex in most areas. This isn't going to be for all, like a really expensive area in California or New York would be examples where this duplex method would not apply. But let's just say you bought a $220,000 duplex, 4% interest rate, 30-year fixed mortgage, which is what most VA loans would be backed by. And most traditional loans would look similar to this. That's $1,050.31 a month. Now you have to realize this is just your mortgage. This does not cover property taxes or insurance. So you would expect another $200 to $300. So just to make it even, we'll make it $1,300 a month. And you can easily rent out your second unit for $1,300 a month in most locations of where you'd buy a duplex. I'll break down the triplex and quadplex in another video.
If you went out and bought a single family home that was the same price as your duplex, which you probably would have went out and did before you started watching some of these videos, like living beyond your means, like I talked about in my first video, if you live beyond your means, you will set yourself back. I'm telling you, don't buy things that you can't afford, and get the concept behind affordability, because your $600 car a month, yeah, you can afford it. Maybe a lot of people can. It's not very smart, especially if you only make $2,000 a month. But that's another video. That's a great idea for another video. I will talk about I'll talk about auto loans here, and if not the next video, one of the up and coming videos. I'm getting off track here, but I really want to hit the major points about house hacking. So I mentioned Airbnb. There's single family homes. You can rent out spare rooms. Say you had a 3-bedroom single family home, you could rent out 2 rooms if you're a single airman. Or if you had a family, maybe you lived with one of your children in one room and you rented out another room. You and your wife or you and your girlfriend lived in one room. You can rent out a spare bedroom to someone that you may trust. This is all common sense stuff, guys, but I'm going to break it down here on this video. Many people don't know this, but the VA will actually approve you for a quadplex. So with the VA, you can get a single family, 1 house, a duplex, 2 houses, a triplex, 3 houses, or a 3-unit, or a multi-unit, or a multi-family home. Quadplex. Quad is 4. So 4. Yeah, that's right. 4 apartments. So you could live in 1 unit and you could rent out 3 if you're a single airman. Say you had a family. Your family could live in 1 unit and you could rent out 3. Now this almost always will cover all the mortgage and have a very, very nice cash flow. Now this is why I'm saying almost always. There could be a potential where you have 2 tenants, 2 units not rented out. And if you're living in one, you'll only have 1 renter at the time. So you're missing out on 2 units. Maybe that's only going to cover half of your mortgage. See what I'm saying here? So there are going to be times where you're not going to make a cash flow. So what you do with all the surplus of that, so all the extra money that you get every month that is more than your mortgage, you put it in a separate account and you let that separate account grow until you get a security fund or enough money that will cover your expenses, things happening, damages, repairs, or say the water heater goes out or you need some sort of maintenance done and you're not living there. Say you've already moved. You could have a property manager that runs that property if you move to another duty location, or if something happens and you need to move, you have death in the family or sickness in the family and you need to relocate. All right, guys. So to conclude this video, today I covered some ways to house hack. I also wanted to hit a few more right before I go, and that's my favorite, and I saved the best for last. Tiny homes, RV homes, small spaces that do not cost very much compared to the affordability of a regular home, changing your lifestyle, living to the minimal, a minimalist lifestyle. Essentially, if you live out of a camper home, you're only going to be taking with you what's absolutely necessary in your life. You're not bringing boxes and boxes of unwanted things that you don't use, or paying storage fees, or you're just living a free life. And I really want to get to that point. So I'm also going to cover in other videos me unboxing the things that have been sitting around at my house. So spoiler alert here, guys, I'm going to be unboxing a ton of old video games from like the early 90s from my childhood that I've just had in boxes sitting around. So I'll go over that in the next few videos. I really hope you guys are enjoying this content. I'm going to keep putting it out, and I really, really appreciate y'all. Thank you. Have a good night. Alexander Bunkley.